Hello everyone, and welcome back to another preview video for WARNO, as we're gonna have a look in the upcoming first Nemesis DLC, where we have two new divisions, the 56 Assault Brigade and especially the WARNO First, the second division that we have now in Steel Division and in WARNO, with the WARNO First Airborne now renamed to Air Assault division here in game, and they're gonna be quite fancy, as you can already see here. We have a new unit, as you can see up here. This is a preview build, so a couple of changes like unit cards and prices and availability might still change, but most of it is set. And yeah, we're gonna have a look on all of that. So starting here with some good looking supply vehicles, with the M561 and the M274 supply, with beautiful looking visuals as well. It's actually a 3-hour supply logi here. The prices here should go down to 15 and 20 points, as this is your normal 500 one, and actually being slow at that. But yeah, that's your standard stuff here. OH-58 and UH-60A command helicopter, and good looking Humvees as your CV here as well. And then we come to the next really cool part of this division, the infantry, where you have a lot of helicopter options as transport. Blackhawks and Humvees here for your MGs. No forward deploy. If you want to be fast, you have to take the helicopters and pay the extra price of that. Military police can come in the helicopters as well, though. And then you have aero fire teams here, 5-man squads with 84 and Dragon, so really small squadrons. With the Dragon 2 and the 84, you get a muley that will have an M40 recoilless rifle in the rear. Currently just a placeholder model here with the TOW 2. And yeah, air fire team leader with a sniper rifle. A pretty decent one as well. Though this one without a helicopter, which might still be changed. Might even maybe come in a smaller helicopter. So yeah, more air rifle leaders here. This one I think is the better option. 9 hit points and a lore for 10 points cheap, more expensive. Can come in a Blackhawk, that's quite nice as well. Aero rifles we already know. Good MGs and 9 hit points here with M16s. Aero rifles Dragons, and have the light support weapon here and the Dragon 2. And then the aero rifles 84s are actually really hot, as they come with a Chinook, and they are a 13-man hit squad. So, like, the biggest NATO squad yet, and that with good weapons. These guys will be really beefy, especially as they come with decent availability as well, with 7. So, yeah, they will be really good. The price is pretty high, especially as you pay the Chinook price as well. But they will do the damage. Really good unit here with the Aero Rifles 84. Then you get Aero Rifle Engineer leaders with flash and the Aero Engineers with satchels. So if you want to have flashes in this one, you need to go for the leaders. And then we have some more Green Berets, which bring some genes around here as well. And they bring in their own Chinook with a minigun in the door here, as you can see. So that is pretty interesting. They also have the resupply probe, which looks like it wants to joust here with this long one. And you also get Green Berets ODA here with the helicopter as well, and 4 weapon slots. The first unit here with a 4 weapon slot. So yeah, we will see more of this in the future. Eugen finally came around here. Big news there. Sniper rifles, M249, M16 and 84s. And yeah, more units will be upgraded over the upcoming months in all the divisions as well, so that 4 weapon slot gets more used, and we might get some cool usage out of that in the future as well. Yeah, light support weapons here, sniper rifles, assault rifles, big 40-man squad. So yeah, air rifles, actually not the biggest one anymore. Yeah, we have 2 really big squads there, really using the Chinook size out to the maximum. TOW 2 with Blackhawk, or the Gamma Goat, which looks just beautiful with that little alarm, like, yeah, siren up there. And then artillery, you get some pretty standard stuff. You get your M900 M98 with 155mm. You get your 107mm mortars, your 81mm mortars are all pretty standard here. And then you get your 105mm. That also can come with a Chinook as a transport, which is fancy, but not really great. We have that option in the 82nd already, and yeah, you basically don't use that. The speed advantage in transporting your thing is not that great, and maybe with counter battery it might be a bit more of a purpose if you have the Chinook actually flying directly over, but it also signals the enemy where the position is. So the quicker reload and fly away thing is not really a thing either. So yeah, currently not really a purpose for that. Then we have the tank tab, where you actually get some tanks. One attached tank regiment with some M1 IPs. So you get 2 cards of those. You get really limited in slots, starting with 2 cost slots here. And it's a competitive one at that, because you get the Muley with the tow, the I-tow here. And then you get a Humvee with the tow 2 on top. And then the leader tank and the M1, the normal M1 IP. And if you want to use it all, that's 10 costs here for 4 tank slots. So a pretty expensive competitive tab, because all of these units are pretty good. And yeah, the M1 IPs you really kind of want. So it's going to be tough to fit it in. And with no fort deployed, I think tanks are absolutely fine in this division. As if you want to be aggressive in the early game, you're going to have to invest into a lot of helicopters, so you can't really afford the tanks. And you're still going to be, the enemy's still going to be able to shut you down and so on. And you don't just get the free territory, so having the helicopters, the tanks there is quite fine. Then Recon tab. All the Recon helicopters, the Kiowa Warrior, Kiowa with rockets, and the Quick Fix. Good combo. Sniper, coming in Humvees, pretty standard. Aero Scout, a pretty solid one. 10-man Recon Squad with lore, can come in a Black Hawk. Aero Scout GSR is the big one with ground surveillance radar. 13 hit points, ground surveillance unit, that's pretty cool. Really expensive though, and can come only in a Chinook. So it's really expensive in that combination. And then we have the Deltas. And the Deltas have Special Force, the Deltas have high veterancy, and they have this really cool looking Humvee. Like, really, really cool looking Humvee. Absolutely beautiful model with all the stuff on it. I'm not sure if the pouch really should be just laying up there, but outside of that, really cool looking here. That Humvee with the 50 cal on top. And that also gives them forward deploy. If you use them in that, you have 1 unit of forward deploy, which is the Delta as a recon unit here. Outside of that, they don't have any CQC, any AT, so they as a forward deploy are not that scary. They have perfect firepower at 500, but terrible CQC firepower because they can't use the sniper there. Well, not terrible, but pretty bad, and not great max because they can use these 3 weapons, but not the Colts. So it's a bit of a weird unit, and you really have to get the right combat engagements here with these, and then they actually do a lot of damage. Either you just use them as a sniper team with a lot of hit points, or you use them at 500 meter range where every weapon can fire, and then they will do a lot of damage. AA, really limited. You get stingers, you get pivots, which have been reduced in firepower, but have no radar signature anymore, so they are just a really better gun than other unguided guns now, but it's still a lot weaker against aircraft, as you can see. Only 2,100 meter range and a good bit less firepower in general. OH-58 is a good unit as well, but this really leaves you with few units against against planes. You have good users against helicopters, but you will need your planes against planes. Or your helicopters, because helicopters, you have a lot of options, including some AA options. And yeah, we start with the little birds. You have the standard that we already know, still with the Special Forces trait, and then the AHG little bird that has rockets, and then 12.7mm GAU 19 gun over here. We have a lot of ammunition here in the rear, and a minigun on the left side. So instead of 2 miniguns and some Hydras, you get a big Hydra pod, and then the Gao, which gives you a bit more consistent firepower than the other little birds, but I'm not sure if it's worth 20 points. I think, and one availability, I think it would be like 10 points. Yeah, the MH-60A Deb is a really cool unit. It has miniguns as well over here and here. It has a 30mm cannon over here, which is really big, really big. And then has some Hydra rockets as well, 19 of them in that pod. So a really interesting little Black Hawk that also has 20 ACM. So a quite solid 2 availability helicopter. Pretty comparable to Hydras, to Cobras, though it plays a bit differently. But yeah, the Cobras here, the standard ones that we know. Apaches, we have the classic ones here with these 3. And then we have a new cool one, the ATAS, which has stingers on the side of it with 60% accuracy, as those are stinger post. And yeah, they are really good stingers. And that on a 240 point basis. You don't have the rockets, which is a disadvantage. But I think it's just better than the Hellarm here. The Hellfire ATGM one here. I would like it to go 10 points up. Being able to defend itself a bit against planes is for sure nice. Especially if you get 2 of them next to each other, then a single fighter actually might have a tough time surviving. But it's still is a disadvantage that you don't have the rockets. Like, not having the Hydras means that against soft targets you are a lot weaker, but it's a really good tank hunter in my eyes, because it can protect itself a bit. And being able to hunt down other helicopters with your Apache is quite cool as well. Having a really good opposition to the Heinz with AA now. And then in the air, you have good fighters. You have 1 card of F4Es and 1 card of the F-15s with Sparrows, which you already have in 24th. But your bomber options are really limited. You have F4Es with Napalm and HE, and then the F-111F with only HE bombs here. So yeah, those are the options here. And that means you are reliant on a really good infantry tab. You have a decent support infantry tank tab. It plays really cool with the helicopters going around. The helicopters here are really cool as well. Delta is a really unique special forces units. The Aero Scout GSR are also the most unique GSR unit we have right now, because this is one that you kind of want to fight with 13 mans. But at the other side, it's also GSR. Like, you will have to play a lot around with them and to get them to use. But this deck for sure has stuff going on. It can't really abuse the quick fix air rush, but it has good helo, and it can bring in good amount of helos, though I don't think they are OP in that regard either. Protecting them is not super easy. And yeah, the enemy obviously will go anti-helo pretty hard when you play this deck. So yeah, this is one of first. We will check out the 52nd in the next video tomorrow, so don't miss out on that. Leave a follow down below if you don't want to miss it, and consider leaving a like if you want to have more people see the lovely 101st coming around as well. And yeah, as said before, this is going to be in the Nemesis DLC. If you have the pack, you will get this as part of the season pass, basically. But otherwise, it will be in a $5 together. Most likely launching early next week. See you all there, guys. Bye bye. Have a great day.